Hello Chromian! Welcome back. In this part, we'll test everything we built in the first video, from minting and transferring to locking assets and using the faucet. We'll run the dApp locally, set up some test users and make sure everything works as expected. You'll find the tests in the repo. Let's go over and grab them. Let's create a file, assetstest.rel, just like in the repo. We're moving quickly here, but make sure to go through the tests in your own time and see what they're actually checking. Now, we'll go ahead and compile and run them. And just as expected, everything passes. We'll proceed with some manual tests, starting up a local node. I usually wipe the database when starting up the node to be sure there's a clean slate for testing. And we can see the node is running. Let's create a key pair for user Alice. And like with the admin, you can find the keys here. Let's also make a set for Trudy. Then we initialize the dApp, signing with the admin key pair. Okay, the dApp is initialized. Let's mint some tokens. Wonderful! Now we'll do the first balance check and see that we have the tokens we expect. And indeed we do. So far, so good. Now we'll create a user account for Alice. And we need to specify the public key. Let's grab it from the file in the .chromia folder. Now that Alice has an account, let's create one for Trudy as well. Now we could also take the public key from the console, but in case it's not available, it always persists in the file. Okay, accounts are ready. Let's get them some tokens from the faucet. We'll start with Alice. And some tokens for Trudy as well. Okay, now let's try a transfer. Alice is signing off on sending 100 tokens to Trudy. So Alice is signing with the private key and the destination is Trudy's public key. Everything went through so far. Let's try and lock and unlock assets. Alright, we're locking Alice's tokens, so let's get the correct public key. This time it's the admin signing, as only they can do this operation. So the locking went through, now let's unlock. And that worked too. Great. One thing to notice here is the parameter FT4 lock. This defines the type of lock you are using. You can name it anything you like: staking, auction, escrow, whatever, as long as you're consistent. If you lock with one type, you have to unlock using that same type. When querying locked balances, you can either specify the lock type you want to query for, or you can pass null to get all locked balances along with their lock types for that account. Let me quickly show you in the code. If you change this to null, you will get all the locked balances across all lock types for that account. Now let's check Alice's balance. Great, this corresponds to the 100 tokens that were transferred to Trudy. We'll also check the locked balance. This is of course empty, as after we locked, we unlocked again. Let's try and lock one more time and see what we get. Ah, rejected. This happens because of how transactions are recorded in Chromia. Each one needs a unique hash. The hash is calculated on data from the operation and its parameters. So if you try to submit the same thing twice, it'll fail. The solution is to include a NOP. This doesn't change the operation in any way, it just adds a unique value, like the block number or something, to the data the hash is based on. That makes it unique so the transaction can go through. Let me quickly show you in the docs. And here is the mention of the knob. I strongly encourage you to use the docs and familiarize yourself with the available options. But let's get back and see if we can look up the balance we just locked from Alice's account. And there we have it. It looks like everything is working. Finally, check out our best practices and recommendations. Do explore more FT4 features. As the name implies, it really is a flexible framework. Go ahead and experiment. Try things out. And join our community where you can connect with like-minded builders and other Chromians. Big congrats on completing this course. I'm excited to see what you'll build on Chromia, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the next video.